Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Kami dari kelompok 10 akan mereview chapter 10 yaitu tentang assessing grammar and vocabulary. Langsung saja ke pembahasan reviewnya. After reading this chapter, you will be able to understand a rationale for treating form-fused assessment of grammar and vocabulary as a criterion that differs in purpose and context from other skills. Develop assessment that focus on specifically identified forms. Design assessment that target one or several of the modes of performance, ranging from perspective recognition of form to extensive reading. Next. Assessing grammar and vocabulary is more technically known as form-focused assessment. However, this book learns knowledge of formal rules and paradigms is not to be confused with an informed approach to offering in our classroom a reasonable intermingling of focus on form and focus on meaning. That is communication for real-world pragmatic use. Next. Assessing grammar. Although the importance of grammar in language learning hasn't changed, much debate has centered on the place of teaching grammar in the language class. Over the years, the focus on grammar has changed depending on the teaching method. Next slide. Next, defining grammatical knowledge. Grammatical knowledge of form, meaning, and use occurs at the sentence level and beyond the sentence, what is commonly called the discourse level. Pragmatic meaning depends on contextual, sociolinguistic, sociocultural, psychological, and rhetorical meanings of the given context and can occur at both the sentence and the discourse level. Next slide. Designing assessment tasks, selected response. The input for selected response tasks can be language or non-language, as in a gesture or picture of any length from one word to several sentences of the discourse. The test taker is expected to select the correct response, which is meant to measure the knowledge of grammatical form and or meaning. Next. Multiple choice tasks. Multiple choice tasks are sometimes viewed as not representing authentic language use. However, these tasks are very popular, especially in standardized testing environments. Okay, for the next review, will be presenting by our partner Muhammad Ghazali Wahid.
Yeah, I will continue our presentation. Okay, discrimination tasks. Discrimination tasks are another type of selected response tasks that ask the test taker to attend to input that can be either language or non-language, and be to respond in the form of a choice between or among contrasts or opposites such as true or false, right or wrong, or same or different. Discrimination items are used to measure the difference between two similar areas of grammatical knowledge, such as pronouns in subject and object position. In the following example, designed to test recognition of gender pronouns. The test taker must be able to discriminate between two features and correctly choose the feature that correspond to the stimulus sentence. Designing assessment task, limited production. In limited production tasks, the input in the item is language or non-language information. Like selected response task, the input could be a single sentence or a longer stretch of discourse, unlike selected response task. However, the task taker response prepresent only a limited amount of language production. This term as scoring, partial credit scoring, a gap filling task, short answer task. The expected that the taker response can vary from a single word to a sentence or two. Oke, penjelasan yang selanjutnya akan disambung oleh my partner Jainab. Silakan Jainab.
Okay, thank you, Wahid. Next, role play or simulation tasks. The input in role play tasks present task takers with the language or non-language format that asks them to take on a role or to stimulate a situation in order to solve a problem, make a discussion, or perform some transaction collaboratively. Next, assessing vocabulary. Native speaker repeatedly acquire vocabulary during childhood, and this development continue defining lexical knowledge. The first, the native speaker or a language. Third, knowing a word means knowing. Third, knowing a word implies knowing the limitation inferred. Four, knowing a word means knowing the syntax, behavior, associated. Some consideration in the assessment task. First, clarify your purpose. Second, define your contract. Third, select your target word. Determine. Four, mode of performance. The second assessment task, repetitive vocabulary. Teachers often design vocabulary tasks both to assess progress in vocabulary learning and to give learners feedback and encouragement to continue studying vocabularies. Designing assessment tasks, productive vocabulary. In the same way, does context play an important role in reflective vocabulary tasks. Productive tasks are also better performed within a context or situation. Okay, thank you for attention. I think that's all from our presentation. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.